weird. Lighting is everything. It's Kraftwerk a lot. Clock. This rate, I'm not going to last very long today. Too busy listening to Kraftwerk. That is pretty early in the day. This is my Kraftwerk song, Dance. Hey, how's it going? Not too much. I'm just kind of hanging for a while. Not even sure why I came on. It's for the hell of it. What's going on with you? M&M. Okay. I'm not a good reader sometimes. Or talker. But I do what I can. Just a chill day. Can't believe I just said chill. I'm such a teenager. Damn. I'm so with it. Yeah. I get too distracted by the music because I love it so much. I love me some Kraftwerk. It's turning into my favorite band in the world. Sometimes only Kraftwerk makes sense. So precise and German and bloodless. I like it. Just makes sense. Listen to Kraftwerk. You'll be pleased if you do. Not the later stuff. I'm always fond of the really early work of any band, pretty much, because I'm old and reactionary. It's new. I don't want it. There's some truth to that. That and if I sample newer stuff, and by newer I mean the millennium. Yeah, it's all relative. And people who insist on novelty are really missing out on a lot. You're essentially made of history. The future is kind of illusionary. We bank on the future to save our necks. That hasn't worked so far, and it's still not working. Exploit what you have at the moment to progress. And I talk progress, evolve otherwise. You're treading water and you're adding nothing to anything. And that's an indictment against myself more than anybody else on the planet. Because when it comes to indictment, only I'm capable of indicting myself. Hey Green, how you doing? Nice to see you. Always good to see Green Terror. My brother in arms, whatever arms they are. At least I feel as much. Maybe I'm inflicting myself on you and others, but I'll continue doing that. Well, fucking about is a good thing. That's why I'm here, just fucking about. I'm in the mood to go live. I'm gonna just fuck around. Seldom have any point to make, and I make them anyway because that's what we do. If we want to communicate, we're still just fucking around. My propaganda is random, generally. Oftentimes not worth a tinker's damn. Yeah, Sassy, I'm with you. The synth stuff. Well, that goes back to the stuff I love, like Kraftwerk. It begins. Well, Green, make more stuff. Make content, Tara. Because beyond the initial content, Green, you have a style we like, and I'm speaking for people kind of on Aspie's on Walnut's channel. She has a very, very good channel. Very, very good chat there. Very diverse. But as for synth music, damn, I listened to some 80s goth and I realized I liked it. I like 80s goth. I didn't even pay much attention to it back in the 80s. Busy doing other nefarious things. As new pop stars, I don't care. Allow me. Yeah, you're right. I don't care. Why do I have to stay current? Is that my job? There are other things to worry. Well, I didn't worry about. What does worry get you? That kind of shocked to my system when I got some really long delinquent paperwork from my landlord and it was dated a million times and it was about stuff I've already taken care of. Thanks, you jug ass. Death metal, in principle I would like it, but in the execution, and it's not that I like metal, and I like hard, obnoxious, grating music, but death metal, I don't know, just something that just doesn't click. It lacks sense of humor. I I really thrive on a sense of humor with music. Really, just well, Green. I'll give it a listen. If you can you name any bands I should? Find me one good band to dive into, and then it will lead into atmospheric is that's my meat. Yeah, because I tend to listen to music while I'm doing things now. Gall. Okay. Great name. Yeah, Gall. All right. I'll take your effort. I'll take your prompting. Stacy, hi Stacy. We love you, Stacy. Stacy's great. Stacy's a celebrity in her own right. There. There. Now Green is a moderator. I did not stop taking other people's advice. Don't make everybody a moderator. But other people come on my channel are great. We should be moderators. I trust them. I mean, what does a moderator really do on my channel anyway? I pay close attention to what comes on, so yeah. You can't time people off when they're moderators already, so you can't get into the timeout wars. I hate that. I did that too. Poor Aspie. She got rid of her moderators until I whined and I got a wrench, and then CEO and a couple other people got them. Yeah, safety and honesty are critical. I mean, everything else, it's all morass after that. And yeah. And I'm after more wholesome content, and I try to be relatively, in my own perfect sense, wholesome. I think Green does and Stacy does, and like other people on this channel have enough wit and and empathy to be, I don't, safe, no, kind, sure. Yeah, kindness is critical. You can have a warped sense of humor, you can have a cutting sense of humor, but the baseline should be do no harm. But after that, parody, satire, yeah. Yeah, yes you are. I'm glad you're here. Yay, Ja. Thanks for caring enough to come on my channel. Yay, cool. It really does matter to me a lot that people come on and listen to me babble. It's really neato. I find it most gratifying. And then we have CEO. Who is the CEO? Hi, CEO. How you doing, brother man? Kind of worried about you, CEO. You just seem a little out of focus. We love you. We need you. CEO is a good brother, and I wouldn't have a channel if it weren't for him. I would have given up the whole thing because it was only an experiment anyway, and then it turned into fun. Once things turn into fun, well, you're addicted. Well, yeah, I don't schedule them very often, and I keep weird hours. So sorry, John. I'm not a flake. I'm just erratic. Yeah, I'm afraid that Cobra has really let us down because of that Wencheloid. I mean, wouldn't say she's evil, but she's corrupt, and she needs guidance. I'm not going to condemn her, but I really want to. Yeah, CEO, I get the cream of the crop on my channel, man. Yeah, I do. I have a small channel, but God, I got some great people on it, so I'll go with that. Yeah. Yeah, Green. It actually is there. It's a bad synergy. It's a terrible synergy, man. I was hoping that Cobra would find something though. Yeah, I was hoping he'd find some kind of decent compassion person who could kind of steady him down, and he's got the opposite. I think she's going to fake a pregnancy quick and then fake a miscarriage or not learn to count, and the pregnancy would last for 4 years. But she's going to do that. She already had a pregnancy test. I don't know. I didn't pay attention to that part. Yeah. His channel is just no fun. I mean, oh yeah, the crazy girl classic. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I think I'm pregnant. Oh, you noticed that when I was packing up to leave or kicking you out? Oh, great. I have a story behind that I'm never going to tell. Wow. It's a very cruel moment of my life. Took away my niceness for quite some time. I was a callow lad once. Callow. Not so much anymore. And she defines crazy, and she's sure as hell not a girl. Yeah, Jaw, you're on the nail, brother, man. You've read this script before, haven't you? No. It's something heterosexual men are taught never to talk about, but it's a real thing. And I'm not saying statistically it's huge, but it's a thing. Masochism. What's good? I'm here and people are being kind to me. So that's as good as it gets to me right now. Now I got my boots on, man. Screw this. What am I? See there. That's where I'm wearing in the. I was wearing these in bed earlier because I'm that goth. I've seen her tweaking out at a couple places. Yeah. Quality footwear. I believe in responsible footwear. Bad exes, I told them you cannot wear flip flops out of the house. No sandals. Put on grown up footwear. Where I insisted that we're not going for a walk. We're not going anywhere. Put some damn boots on. Boots. Tweaking is cool. No. When I was a tweaker, it was tweaky, but that was just tweaky. But that was a long time of years. Yes, that bitch is crazy. Oh yeah, I prefer to call her broad. I think Cobra unsubbed me when I made a video that tracked and counted lose the broad. See, gay yeah. Well, hopefully, if she leaves the apartment, you can mend the whole thing. It's supposed to be gone tomorrow, I think. Sea Hag. Okay, Sea Hag. I like Sea Hag. Yeah. I like J Cat too. But nobody knows the expression J Cat, so she's a J Cat. She's straight up fucking J Cat. Looked up the definition of that, and you're like, oh, lot lizard, J Cat. Lot lizards aren't universally bad, so I really don't want to diss them. I mean, they do what they do. I mean, it's a sad lot. Whether or not she goes, if she stays, Cobra's going to see a lot of his fans turn into trolls, and that's going to sink his channel. people are going to be after his channel. They get it imploded. But I noticed the last couple of days they have not been on, which means she hasn't been on because Cobra knows. Lock your peer, yeah. I love cookies. Sadie, how are you, Sadie Adler? That's a good question, Sadie. I prefer cookies and pies to cakes. I'm not a cake fan. I used to remember. I'm doing pretty good. I wasn't doing well until I signed on to this, and that usually. I've never had a bad time on live streams. Hi, Fox. I'm good. I think everybody here is doing pretty good. People tend to not come on this channel and whine. I think we're okay. Take care, Masochism. Always a pleasure. Thanks for showing up. Yeah. Well, we gotta go find something to make us do well. It's like, I guess they call it reaching out. Well, this is my form of reaching out because the real world not doesn't suit me well. I mean, I hung out with my ex yesterday, which is mostly good because I get to see my dog. She's okay, but she just gets sadistic for no apparent reason. And I'm really pretty kind to my ex, but you're a moderator. There you go. Masochism, you're a standard moderator, my friend. If you're my friend, you should be a moderator. Usually get around to that, but yeah. I want all my friends to be moderators because it's cool. We deserve wrenches, don't we? Yeah, if I know people for a while, it becomes. Jaw, thanks for being here, man. Much appreciated. Trust me. You're all appreciated a lot. It is getting to be. I can stay on a little longer. See if anybody else. Yeah, this time of day, people, well, they tend to work. She's on the plane, then she's a day early. Oh, God. Man, there's more to this tale. Oh, what is it? Yeah, she's supposed to be gone Saturday, I think. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I'm reasonably sure that Cobra got rid of her. I mean, Cobra was slow, but he's not entirely stupid, and he got himself into a jam. Yeah, hard to see what's going through his knucklehead, but yeah, I think he's doing okay. Oh, fudge the names. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, it's good news. Better early than late. We'll see what Cobra does. Maybe he won't. Maybe he won't stream tonight, but he will soon. I'm predicting a cooking video to kind of numb the senses, and he's got to kiss up to his fans. We deserve better than he gave us. Put that woman in line. It's because I can say that because it's his channel. She killed her own. I think she killed her own channel so she could just use Cobra's numbers. He can't afford to stay alone. No, I mean that and his identity. It's his ego is there. I mean, he's a lifer. He deserves to be a lifer. Look how much time and effort he's put into his. It is a career. I call it it's a career. It's legit. I think what Cobra does is legit. He earns his money. He's an entertainer primarily. I mean, look what he's done for us. So the people say he should get a job. I'm sure that is it is his job. You know, you can't get around that. I mean, what did the trolls add? Legitimately nothing. And the people who make careers out of commenting on his stuff, well, how legit are they? But they seem to get more credit than Cobra gets. And don't get me wrong, some people really do some great, clever stuff around Cobra's stuff. I don't condemn it. He could be a character actor. You're more than right, Green. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah. Yeah, it could be like Tracy Walters or any number of, God, he should be in movies. I mean, he's already got some cred. He's a bit of a celebrity. And look at the fact that his channel has fewer subs than the people comment on his channel, which is really weird. Come on. When it comes to Cobra, like, comment. Well, people comment enough. Oh, what's his name? Oh, that actor. Oh. It'll come to me. Yeah, he had googly eyes. He was actually he tried to make it in the living movies on his own hook, but he never could. Oh, man, that's going to drive me. Thanks, Green. That's going to drive me nuts. He was actually pretty big back in the 70s and 80s. He was I think he passed away pretty young. Marty Feldman, I think. Marty Feldman, I think. It's Feldman, I know is his name, last name. There you go. Igor. Yeah, that's for my money. That was better than Blazing Sandals. Yellowbeard. Okay, yeah. He was part of the Mel Brooks invasion, which is an interesting period in music, movie history. Fizzled out pretty quickly. The person who says you can't make that movie again. It's just we've heard that before. But Blazing Saddles, great, but Young Frankenstein was much better. Oh, Monty Python. Yeah, that was both. Elvis loved Monty Python along with all the Beatles. So there's some tier. And Monty Python is patchy. Some great stuff, some just really mediocre stuff on the original show. There was a lot of episodes. The Hilter thing was the funniest thing ever on Monty Python. A lot of people spun humor out of Hitler until people, very dry, but zany too. Very British. But I liked a lot of British humor that was not like Monty Python, like Last of the Summer Wine, which was on. I think that was the longest running series in British history, and maybe world history. That stuff's great. I caught it the later years of it, and it's geared for. It's very low key and geared for geezers, and I liked it when I wasn't a geezer yet, but I was a geezer in training, and it was easy on the nerves. And as time goes by, that was another series that I really loved. It was just, I don't know, it was easy on the nerves. One of it's the kind of stuff that makes you feel clean and not as opposed to dirty after you watch it, which I'm definitely heading in that way. I don't know. I think I've been barraged by chaos and insanity too long in my life. So that's what I survived on, and it appeals less over the years. Maybe it's with age. I don't know. Burned out synapses. Who knows? I'm allowed to get old. Damn it. My own slightly retarded way. You spend a long time as a drunk, you realize, yeah, there's a lot of value to your thinking, but you don't quite mature. So it really makes you want a little retarded in the really literal sense. So I'm a major regard. I have no problem with it. But I learned along the way too. Never discount drunks entirely. Never say my career as a drunk, it's lost time. Well, then you did it wrong. Then you're probably still retarded anyway. And I'm not a big fan of program people anyway. Don't get me well. I don't think it helps much of anybody statistically, but if you enjoy it, go along with it. But I don't buy into it. And I was in AA. I've spent a lot of time in AA, and how much it helped me, I don't know. I would have stayed sober at that period anyway because I had to. That's the only reason. And again, I could stay. I stayed sober for a year here and a year there, and months here and months there. That's the reason I'm still alive. No, mostly giving your liver time to rebuild, which is maybe what's going to end up really killing Cobra is taking breaks. You don't have to quit drinking; just take breaks. You know, rebuild. Cutting down, I never could. Yeah, being an alcoholic. Yeah, yeah. It's a lot of work. I devoted myself wholeheartedly to it. So yeah, don't even remember how I supported myself. I honestly don't, and I know I didn't steal. I didn't, but somehow I could afford to drink, and I don't know what. Well, there was a lot of times that I worked and was a drunk. So that there were years here and there where I was a complete full blown alcoholic and still worked. Again, you got to be professional. The amateurs, I don't know. I don't like the amateurs because they're no fun. It's like amateur junkies. Those are the ones who generally die. You know? I mean, being a junkie is a career. Real drunks and real junkies understand each other completely. It's the amateurs who just get baffled by the whole thing. I've had a lot of junkie friends, some really brilliant human beings, and some of them just like being junkies. I hate to say it, but is it tragic? Well, it wasn't tragic when I was a drunk, and it came very close to killing me a bunch of times. It was my. I never wanted people to feel sorry for me, or no. Some people did, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do. It's my time. It's what I'm doing. Don't discount me. Don't be condescending in the fashion that, oh, you poor drunk. Yeah, fuck you. Whatever you are, it's like probably. I don't want to be you either. You know. You know. A sober bore is still a bore. Yeah, the tragedy involves affected. Yeah, yeah. But I advise people in my life to stay the hell away from me because I'm going to give up and I'll exploit you. Just run. So I warned a lot of people. That doesn't get me off the hook. However, I can go on credit record, especially relationships I was with, of the romantic kind. Really, I'm a bad idea, and they did want to fix me, or oh my God, you're so whatever I was, and well, yeah, that's going to wear off, and you're going to end up hating me. Yeah, Green, we can fix you. No, best you can do is, well, try to keep him alive until maybe he comes to his senses a little bit. And there's value to that. Try to keep people alive, and they might have the chance to change up or not. But that's on your hook. So, and people did keep me alive, and I still have friends today who kept me alive, and I think in some senses they were rewarded by not having me dead. Yeah, yeah. One addiction for the other. Does that work? Oh no. Well, AA is definitely an addiction, and statistically, not a great, not a great thing. I don't, you know, I miss being a drunk. I only quit drinking because I had to take the damn pills to stay sane. I mean, oh, I don't know. Don't give me any credit for quitting drinking. I just got tired of falling over and blacking out because of the pills. I didn't want to give up the pills because I got tired of being completely crazy. So that's an addiction there. I've spent very little of my life being sober, and God, God, why am I alive? I don't like being sober. You could ask my ex, who's still a very dear friend of mine. She wouldn't want me completely sober. she, she doesn't. She knew me when I was, and she didn't like me at all. Like, good Lord, have a drink, do something. I was completely myself, which is very Asperger's, very determined to. I don't know what I was determined to do, but I was, I was, I was insufferable. I was completely insufferable, which I do tend to do that, but it's gotten better because the pills. Pills might be the. Oh, I blacked out more than twice in a day. So, God. Oh, Green, you just didn't have it in you to be a drunk. I'm sorry. Many have called, but surprisingly few have chosen. Yep. Green. There's some stuff that you can't experience. So there is, yeah, to be a drunk. Oh, it leads you on journeys, all right. A lot of it, I'm glad I went through. Actually, most of it, I'm glad I went through. You helping, hurting people, I don't like that too much, and I try to make amends in my own way. I really went to an effort, not on the AA sense, but like, good God, just telling people none of it was your fault. It was all my fault, even when that wasn't true. Drunks can be easy targets for sober exploiting people, and there's a lot of that in this world. Like, oh yeah, he can't break up with me because what is the term? Codependent. I don't like the terminology, but it's a real thing. My God. Hold you captive. Oh, I can. Yeah. Yeah, why I'm still alive still it intrigues me because I shouldn't be. But maybe you should do this. Do we have? You know, I'm a man of faith, but we never can know our own value, our own destiny. Our own destiny is not known to be for us. It it flies in my family, Green. It was going to happen. We've all been addicted to mostly alcohol, but we all played around with every drug. Career alcoholics, hobbies were the drugs, but we were all faithful to booze. Oh yeah. Oh, everyone. I had four brothers, and each and every one, each and weird enough. Yeah, Green. I don't think my mom drank while she was pregnant with any of us. She wasn't a major drunk until after I was born. Then she became a drunk for decades, and she denied she was ever a drunk. But I was around when I was 9 years old making cocktails for my parents, often, lots of them. You know, just my mom was just horrible when she was drinking. Yeah. Do we get a blessing? Okay, I'll take all the blessings I can get. I believe in them. Big fan of the blessings. Yeah. I'm a bit of a relic. I should be a collector's item. I don't know. Oh no. Chain smoking more than I usually do, which is a lot. At least my dog still loves me. My dog thinks I'm the best human being ever, and me and his mom. Uh, I I don't know. I have some kind of integrity, so I'll take that for what it is. I'll call myself a philosopher any day of the way, whether I'm good at it or not. But definitely am a philosopher. I believe I spent a lot of time pursuing that, and I think in some senses I've gotten good at it. But again, you got to put in a lot of time, lots of time. Am I green? Okay, thank you. I appreciate this. You're pretty damned okay yourself, Tara. You're one of the best ones I ever run around across. Certainly, one of the smartest, because yeah, yeah. Walnut's channel is an interesting universe. I learn a lot from it. Just again, diversity. Don't we all put on good drunks? I don't think I have a front anymore. I'm too lazy for that. I can't. My identity. My identity is exactly what I pursue, put forth because I force myself not to be dishonest. When I catch myself being lapsing into dishonesty, and that was a complete fraud for big parts of my life. I just get disgusted with myself. I don't want to be that person anymore. And again, being a fraud is a lot of fucking work. And being a liar, and I lived on lying. Oh God, lied. I lied when I didn't have to. I forgot my lies, but I was pretty good at it. A lot of people they didn't believe my lies, but they were interesting lies. Green, it's always a pleasure. Keep coming back. God, I hate it. Oh, I hate it. I'm bad at being in programs. Well, Catholic Church was my program in it. Identity. Have a good evening too, Green. Cheers to you. Cheers. I need to start saying cheers more. I like that. I love ciao too. Ciao Bella. See, I've affected your speech in a positive way. And where the hell is Aspie? Where's Walnut? She might be going to the post office. She'd better be because I sent her a letter of sorts. It'll be the one in the black envelope because I'm goth and I have black envelopes, black stationery, and metallic pens. Those things are so cool. They're so cool. I don't know. It makes me feel like a goth teenage girl when I. Not that I like them. No, don't get me wrong. Don't get any funny ideas. Just because I feel like one doesn't want to mean when I hang around with them. I sure as hell don't want to be around any kids at all in any sense or way because I don't like them. Well, nah. Nah. I like my ex's grandson. I haven't been exposed to him too much, but he's a good kid. He likes fishing and he's into sports, but he's smart as hell. Hey, Soupy, what the hell? Where are you? You're not around much. Are you busy or just taking a time out, or are you on work release? I'm going work release just because it's fun. He's been to jail. It used to be every time anybody would disappear, they'd be dead or in jail or in the bin. Nobody ever took a vacation. Believe it or not, I took vacations. Just busy, cool. Hunting, I hope. Hope you've been hunting. That's good for you. Plus, keeps you in good grub. There's a hobby that makes sense. You get to kill people, get to be outdoors, and you get food. It's like the trifecta. Yeah, I'll never take a vacation again, but again, you know my way of life, but I don't like traveling anymore. I don't want to go anywhere. I could very easily go places, but I don't want to. I'm going to cross the county soon, hang out with my ex up in the redwoods, which is it'll take me a couple of hours to get there, and stay in our cabin. I'm kind of worried about that because it's not by it's as long as I'm within 2 miles of bus stop, I'll be fine. Hobo vacations, those can be cool if you have the resources. You got enough for grub and booze. They're great, and a good shelter. And beyond that, you can cook outdoors and do good proper hobo cookery. That's cool. And I've done that. I've spent a couple of weeks a couple of weeks away from any store or anything else or any electricity with my friend Redwood Jack. We had some good times and did some good cooking. I miss having trout stew. Trout stew is the shit. That was our only protein we'd bring up there was trout. That was a hobo that didn't hop trains. That was a leather tramp, but it's still a hobo. So it's a form of it's hoboing because hobo is not defined by trains. It's just traveling to find resources, to find work, and I certainly did that. Ace, holy crap! I was hoping you'd show up eventually. I thought you hated me. You don't hate me. You love me, and I know you do. Because I'm adorable. Yeah, leather. I love leather. I'm wearing leather right now. Boots. I want to get a leather biker jacket again, but I can't afford it. always spent money on food and alcohol, but when you was on the road, I really had to keep my drinking down to a tolerable amount because you have to be living your wits. You really have to. Yeah, tarp. No good hobo now is without a good tarp. And just Queen under bridges. I spent a lot of time under bridges, but mostly in California where the weather is generally okay. Yeah, and I slept on a lot of shrubs. It's the thing is, you get into a town, dude. The first thing you do, you have to look around for a place where you could roll out for the night, rolling over for the night. I was very good at that. It's like, okay, I've spotted that, and we've got to be within this, at least a convenience store and hopefully a McDonald's, because on the road, McDonald's is your freaking friend. Hate the food, you don't have to eat the food, any food. That's where you got coffee, and I would get crossword puzzles were absolutely critical to my way of life. It was like get 2 cups of McDonald's coffee because you got a refill and quick shave in the bathroom and a crossword puzzle. I was good to travel, unless I had work lined up for the day. I was kind of on the road till I ran out of money and find a day or two of work. Hopefully, it was just a fair amount of money on a day's work, and I'd work my ass off. I mean, people were happy, and I always got tips that way. And I could make enough money in one day to keep me going for 3 days after that. That was the shit. And, and I could live comfortably on very little money. It was $15. It was down to $15, and that was '80s and '90s money, and into the 2000s. Regardless, okay, $15. I got it. Yeah, I had that much in the poke. I was fine. Below that, it was time to make some money because just time to make some money. Because I hated being broke, and I was seldom completely broke at the end of the day. Or yeah, hobos don't need money. The hell, you gotta have a gig. You gotta have some kind of hook. Because I didn't like tr- wanting to travel with me who just didn't know how to make some money, find work, or at least panhandle. So consider panhandling. You had to do that too. You do what you have to do, short of stealing. Didn't steal. I didn't like stealing. That was, and I got to a point where I had a fair amount of gear, but it was determined by how much I could carry hitchhiking. So I hitchhiked a lot. I liked hitchhiking. Really, and had a great time hitchhiking. Very few perverts, very little weirdness, mostly just really nice people who were just, I don't know, like it seemed to attract people who were okay. And I kept my appearance up. I get in the car and I was entertaining. Lonely people who weren't perverts who just needed to talk to somebody. It's usually people who had been on the road themselves. God, back in the '80s, you get old guys who had gone through the oppression and probably hoboed themselves. Hey, we'd have a good time. It's like, you're a goofball. I'm a goofball. Whoa, talk about music. I had a lot of stuff to talk about, so it turns you to a raccoon tour, and it's essentially that's how I learned to communicate some because you had to learn how to do that. You had to push yourself because people give you rides because they want you to be entertaining. So and you had to if people would let you off early if you're a creep or just boring, and some people would take you way out of their way just because they want to hang out with you. And I had people go miles out of their way just to hang out with me. And that was cool. But And there are a few perverts, but it's just God, just let me out of the car. I'll buy you a bus ticket if. Oh no, you're not. You're one of those. But I had a couple like, okay, we're not going to have sex, but you're entertaining. I'll give you a ride up the road, and that was cool because I'm not going to judge. I just didn't want to participate in their sexual antics. Yeah. I am legitimately looking for a ride. Really, my career is doing yard work for people and crap like that, helping people move. Got a lot of that, and that was back if you get $10 an hour, you're doing really well. And it came to the point where I'd have to insist on $10 an hour, man. Otherwise, you're in a minimum of 4 hours. Yeah, I was picky that way, but otherwise, I'm going to end up with peanuts at the end of the day. You're blowing off any chance I have I've had of real work, and that worked out pretty well. And if I could make $40 and still have half my day free, happy, happy, happy hobo. Oh yeah, that's a couple days worth of survival, and by the end of the day, I can have a jug of wine. Yeah, jugs of wine. Oh, that cheap beer. If I had me a jug of wine and some food, a can of tobacco, back when can of tobacco was cheap, man, I was living large. Yeah. Did that for a long time. I don't even know if people can really get by on that anymore. I don't think that. I think that gig is over. And I don't think young people today really want to travel alone and get labor. I don't think that's in the cards for them. I don't think they can stand being alone. People tend to. I was pretty solitary. Didn't like traveling with people. Only a couple times I'd buddy up with somebody that worked out great. I would take on apprentices who wanted to learn the trade, and that was a mistake because nobody would go through the motions. Like, it's your turn to find work. I couldn't do it. You do it. I'm not. No, I'm not going to support you because I want to kill you. And if we're hitchhiking together, if you complain about being tired, honey, hungry, or cold, I'll kill you because I am too, and I don't want to hear about it. Let's try and figure out how to solution to our problems, or just endure them. Endurance was the thing. Learn to endure. Learn to, because it's the old lore. Okay, it's lore. Yeah, it was a period that meant a lot to me, and it's all the stuff is tough. I made all the mistakes. Just you have to learn that because you're in survival mode. You start off with no money and very little gear, and okay, I have to support. I have no safety net, and the whole lack of living without a safety net. I had to learn how to do that. I wanted to learn how to do that. It was horrible at first, but I knew I was going to do it. And you have to. What am I going to do? What are you going to do? You either do this or you die. You have no. These are options. So, and when it starts being fun, and you can take time off and sit by a creek or a river and just think your thoughts. And a lot of that was having the time to think my thoughts, thinking thoughts all the way through. And there was no internet, there was no music, mutual interactions. You tend to go through all your thoughts and memories one by one and sort through them and build an outlook of Weltanschauung. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted a real identity of my own. I wanted my own universe to draw from and then add to it books. I would find books. You can find books for free, or at least go to libraries. But if I found books, whatever the book was, I was going to read it. Good, bad, or indifferent. I ran out of reading material. I always found the Jehovah's Witness magazines. God, I love those things. Read through them, and I love the artwork. Oh, yeah. I found a stack of those. I was happy. I do remember one afternoon I found a stack of the damn things. That's what I read. Drinking cheap wine and reading the Jehovah's Witness books. I wasn't going to convert, but I've known Jehovah's Witnesses, and actually I kind of like them. Their belief system was pretty bogus, but they were poor but well groomed, and they were pleasant people. So, geez, yeah, whatever. Yeah, sure, it was kind of a cult, and yeah, a lot of it was weird, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, cheap wine. I try to avoid women on the road because the reason I would go off the road is because I'd run into a woman who wanted to fix me. Like, oh God, and I'd end up with a job, a real job, which paid less. If I got social scheduled labor, I'd make more money. They try to tell these women, look, every time you need money, I'll find it for you. But you need insurance. I'd always end up with a job with the insurance was worthless, and I hated my life, and but you can live indoors. Sometimes yeah, admit it. You go to the truck stops and find love, Ace. You can fix them, Ace. Find one. I'm pretty much sure that NAL is up for grabs. Don't do that. I'd rescue you, Ace. Duct tape you to a chair and no, don't do that. If you start, when I think about Gothie, I think of her as a step up. I mean, sure, she's boring, but yeah, she's more. God, she's boring. Jessica's not boring, but she's torture. She's not entertainment. Does anybody like her? I mean, some people like Gothie, and Gothie is a tragic appeal, I think. Yeah, she's a victim, but Jessica's not a victim. She is a victimizer, an utter, complete parasite. Can't she? Does she have value? All human beings just essentially have value. However, I don't find the value, and I would avoid her like the purple plague. I love everybody, but some people I just don't like, and that's valid. According to my church, that's valid. You don't have to like everybody. You don't like somebody, the best thing you could do is avoid them. Avoiding people is not a sin. Sometimes it's the most compassionate you can do. She did end the dry spell, and that was her value. Yeah, okay, yeah. That needed to be done. So you can't whine about it for a couple of years. We like that. But it should have been a one weekend, which is about all he was good for. It was one weekend, yeah. But it just went on too long. He lost control of his channel. That's what pissed me off. Wait a minute, we need Cobra there. Even to just have quietly going through a blackout, which everybody loved. It was one of his best days ever. It was like, how many hours it was, like 9 hours or something, where he was just passed out. I found that that was riveting. I'm trying to explain to normies. So he was passed out in a chair, and periodically you'd check in, and everybody would comment, yeah, that was great. Yeah, the knocks on the door. Oh God, the cops showing up. Oh, geez. It was so good. Those knocks on the door. Yeah, I don't dislike coffee. Really. I don't. I find her boring, but her cardinal sin was boredom. That's not a sin. That's just I like her. The edited stuff I find entertaining. She's just she is a subsection of the universe that I understand, and she's a classic example of a demographic, which I always find that intriguing. You can learn from her. Being involved with a potential stalker. Yeah, well, yeah, some sense Cobra had he's kind of getting what he deserves, but yeah, yeah, I didn't thought about that. You're right, Soupy. Thank you for bringing that up. That helps me with a better perspective. Makes it funnier at least. Like at Cobra City. Yeah, yeah. Be careful what you ask for, Cobra, because you just may get it. Oh God. And he's pretty self-aware. He knows what he went through. It's a reality check. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I think potentially he could find a pretty cool woman who'd back his pay. Well, yeah, geez, that would have been great. What pisses me off that when Clint showed up, Jessica muted the meeting, muted that. And that was critical to Cobra lore. We needed to hear that. That was a valid piece of the puzzle. And we didn't get that. So, so Jessica, why you? And that was a form of abuse, cutting people off with communication, away from people. Uh, Probably, it definitely dinged in financial. Muting sucks. And we're Cobra fans. We need that. That's a big part of what he's really about, and why we love the little twerp. Which is the stuff maybe Cobra sunk in that he has a lot of fans, because he has a lot of fans, and some of his trolls were not that bad. Some of the trolls are vile, but you know, and the trolls are part of his demographic and his finances. The trolls support him to a degree, so you gotta. Hey, Josh, got any new ones? Yeah, Soup. I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, cut them off. The whole knocking on the door thing, and definitely the doxing is. No, I mean not swatting. Oh no, you can't dox Cobra because that's been done to death. but, but the swatting needs to go away. Swatting is not. It's horrible. I don't care how much you hate somebody. Don't swat them. That's just that is. But yeah, maybe he should. Oh, and he just says, if it's not paid for, I don't want to. Just leave it at the door, and he keeps going on his business. I love that. That's punctuation when he comes to the door. Welfare checks are not swatting, but it's lame. You're right. I think the cops enjoy the outing. It's like They kind of like him because they get to check in with him. Like, how's it going, Cobes? Love your channel. It's like every cop in town, they kind of like him. If they didn't like him, he'd be in jail a lot because he could be in jail a lot. And I've had cops after me before, and that's no fun at all. Try to avoid interaction with cops as much as possible because with my former way of life, avoiding cops is a big part of my day. Loop soup. Yeah. Only one missing is Grapey. I was hoping Gracie would show up. And, well, yeah, it's Daspy. Hopefully she's at the post office because I'm posted yet. Because I don't send letters very often, so people should be thrilled when they get a black envelope from me. That's status, kind of. Not really, but it just seems like it completes a circuit when at least some physical objects for them to back and forth. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Stacy. Postcards are great. I wish people send more postcards. I want a black crate of beans coming from you. Yeah, those are expensive soup. Yeah, sending you food soup. You have a whole hog in the freezer. Hey, Seven. I'm doing pretty ding dang well. Everybody else seems to be in good form today. The ones who showed up, which is cool. Yep. Well, my email's on my channel, so you can send me an email and I'll get back to you. I'll send you back a letter too. I assumed you had a unbutchered hog in your freezer. What's in there? God, I hope that's human. Oh, I don't care. Yeah, if you don't have black stationery, you're not goth like us. We're goth. Like, yeah. Those metallic pens, what a great invention. Oh, man. I love those things. Makes all writing look better. And the nibs are actually pretty good on those things. It's like, damn. And they seem to last. I need to write more with those things. I need to do some art, but things, stuff I'm not going to go on about my life, my deficiencies. Yeah. I'm working with whatever I have right now, which is calligraphy is interesting. I could do fake calligraphy, kinda, but no, it's neat. I had a old girlfriend. God, everything she did was elegant, and her calligraphy was amazing. Big feather fountain pens. I could see you writing with a turkey feather. Dear diary, today I am a woman. Turkey feathers. There was a big industry in turkey feathers. It's one of the reasons turkeys became popular because you could butcher a turkey and kind of get your money back. Not peacock or even worse, ostrich, because, well, dear diary today, finally my vital dilation size. And I used to write pages a day in my journals, which all got lost. Oh, God. I always had a note mark. For a while, I had 4 different notebooks for 4 different projects. It got stolen. I'm a real one, finally. Yeah. Tears in your your pillow. Called your mom. No, at that point she'd be living in the house. Living with the house with my mom. There was an adventure. Whoa, God, oh. Hmm. Finally, I had to stop communicating with her. I don't know if she's alive or not. Nobody will tell me. I did go through all the effort, and after a while, you just stop giving you all the work. The woman's like a million years old. I think I've already said my goodbyes. I think she probably understands. Only have one brother working. Yet where he hangs out with my mom, and not two of them. One of them's horrible. One of them just helps support her, but he's a jerk. At least he does that for her. That's fine. I'm off the hook. So she's being taken care of. I couldn't have done it anyway. I would have tended to her if other people weren't doing it. But aware, I am very, very, very empathetic. Oh God, oh, makes me love my doggy mom. I got to hang out with him yesterday. Yeah, our animals are horribly important. Man, yo, yo. There's nothing you can say that. Sorry, Aware. We love you, Aware. We're sorry. We're very sorry. Absolutely, circle of protection to our friend Aware. Aware, you're welcome to share here. We're friends here, Aware. You have friends, Aware, who care about you. So just, oh crap, Aware. Oh, jeez, Louise. Oh no, 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 no. Well, for what it's worth, you got us, Aware. Makes me pleased that I'm here. Well, pleased, not the whatever. You know what I mean. Oh God, mom and cat. What a. Ugh. Man, I mean, romantic relationships don't matter that much. Well, they do, but when it comes to a cat and mom, well, yeah. Oh yeah. Mm. Yeah, doggos and catos. Oh, 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 they're important. They're good people. It's too much Aware. No, no, it's not right. 14 years. That's not long enough, Sue. No, 14 years. No, you're just breaking them in. My boy is going on 12, but he's got some mileage. But man, every minute I have him means a lot to me because I only see him about once a week. That's my good day. Aware? No, you wish you had somebody around to. Oh, you need a co-pilot for that stuff. Oh God, I've been through it. I've been through it. The cat Bing. Oh God, the process of moving too, and it was raining, and at least my ex was around to really take care of it. I would send you a Klonopin. I would do that, Aware. I'd send you some morphine, actually. That'll fix you up. Oh no, what Ativan? You need Ativan. Oh boy. About 3 days of Ativan fix you up. It's only a little addictive. It's screamingly addictive. I wish I could get some. No, I would definitely do some time in the bin for that. Every time, that's the only time I've ever had it was in the bin, and it made the bin a vacation. And I think that's important. I think that's what the bin should be about. Just the drug vacation. Just breathe. Poor Aware. Which I could send you a casserole. When you're overloaded, circuits gotta be sizzling. It's weird. The only time my system really works is when it's overloaded. I do that well. That's called PTSD. Poor kitty cat. Poor sweet kitty cat. Wow. Yeah. Adios, Shelley. Thanks for doing all the good work you did for my dear friend. We love you, Shelley. Well, the tuxedos are excellent. And the tabbies are excellent, too. You just better touch base with me, Aware. You better be around. Yes. So I'm in carrying mode. He caught me on a carrying. Well, I'm always carrying to a degree. Damn, I didn't used to be carrying. Why do I care? What the hell happened? What happened to me? I miss being mercenary. I wasn't good at that, are you? Yeah. What am I good at? Don't know. Not for me to open. We love you, Aware. You got friends here. It's a privilege to touch base. It's, yeah. That's privilege. I know soup can stay strong with pork. Oh, there's always pork. I can always talk to the hog. I need to break out my masks and stuff. Yeah. Much as where we can provide, well, I think we tried. Man, we tried. Give us, yeah. Even Ace. What is going on with you, Ace? You're strangely reticent. I worry about you too. I worry about all you people. Is there a specific hog season? Because hog hunting is really, there needs to be more of it in Central California because the hogs just run rampant. But all the hippies want to be kind to the wild animals, and hogs are not wild animals. Year round, good. That's something. They're destructive, horrible creatures, except all they got going for them is they're delicious. They're just gruesome livestock, and they're not indigenous. I think the javelina is, but that's just the javelina. It's the only indigenous pig we have. And There are very few real wild boars. They're just wild pigs, and feral pigs are just not. They destroy farms. They can just destroy acreage. And getting a permit is a pain in the ass. People do poach them like crazy, and sometimes the smart celebrities look at the authorities look away. But well, javelinas are indigenous, so it's hard to like completely hate javelinas because they kind of belong there. They're horrible. They're horrible little animals, but they're ours. You know, good American nuisances. The hogs, I hate to say that to the hippies, but hogs need to be gone. Oh, Ace, you work too much. Stop doing that. Russia and age, I can believe that. I know that actually. I think it was Cortez. No, somebody, De Soto, or one of those Spaniards let some loose, and that's where some of the first wild pigs ended up in North America, or feral pigs ended up in North America. And they're the pigs are the ones who killed off a lot of the Indians because they had spread disease and wiped out a lot of the Mississippi Valley. You know, people are going on like we killed off the American Indians. No, actually, disease did a good job of that. I mean, most of it. Yeah, we were horrible to Indians, but however, get your facts straight to a degree. The X-Men is a wild pig. Yeah, she is a rooting hog, a pestilence upon mankind like wild pigs were. Yeah, I've had a few of those. I've had a lot of in-laws in my life, or kind of likes. I only had one wife, and I liked my in-laws. They were great. She wasn't so great, Shakes, but my ex mother-in-law used to go camping in winter in Yosemite, which is a rough gig. That was her idea of fun. My father-in-law actually made kachinka dolls because he found out buying them was a horrible thing and bad magic, so he made his own. Stacy, you're fancy. You have talent and crap. I wish I did. I'm just a slob making his way through life. We used to have talent. He used to be a poet, but that's gone now. I don't even have a chancery Gaelic is, but I know the Latin Gothic. Yeah, the Gothic's tough. I see people do bad jobs of the Gothic. That's just yeah. In real Gothic calligraphy, that's hard to read. I've got to learn more about that. You're not uncultured, just uncluttered. There's your compliment for the day, Ace. It's superfluous to my evolved thinking or devolving. I'm devolved. No, actually, I'm not devolved. Sadly enough, I'm not. I'm cluttered with a lot of stuff. I don't know if I'm cultured. Am I cultured? I know a lot about cultures. I'm an autodidact. Work for that. Yeah, I have accomplishments. They just don't add up to anything. I know stuff. Stacy, you're a very interesting person, Stacy. We need people like you around. We need you around, actually. Don't go away, Stacy. Don't die on us, Stacy. Stay alive for us. Just do it for us. I think sometimes the only time we feel a sense of worth is actually when people remind you that you have a sense of worth. Like, well, okay, that's something to keep a grip on, I guess. My dog gives me a sense of worth. He thinks I'm wonderful. He needs me. I need him. My ex and I communicate only because of the dog, but we still care about each other. So yeah, my ex. I have a good ex. I gave her wax skulls, and she loves the wax skulls. Big hit with her yesterday. She's a non-materialistic human being, but if you give her something that is just really cool, she thrives on it. So she likes getting gifts that way. She just hates expensive ones. If I buy her a bag of chocolate, she's thrilled. If I give her an appliance, she'd be mad at me. Like, I don't need that. I have enough stuff. Her family buys her stuff she doesn't want. I don't want that. Buy her a camp stove. She likes stuff like that. She likes gadgets. If I buy her a gadget, she kind of likes it. Bought her a bunch of USB stuff, and she hated them until the lights went out in her place, and she learned to use them. And then she thanked me like, "Oh my God, I have a light. I can charge things. Thank you so much. We'll keep them charged." Yeah. Kept her in a like for like a couple of days. I need to buy her a couple more battery banks. She needs a couple more of those. I like buying that stuff for that kind of people. I mean, I'm a poor son of a bitch, but I do like buying inexpensive things to people. That's fun. Like, see, I'm a provider. Yeah. Plus, I like people learning about new little cheap gadgety things. USB is my way of life. I'm using it right now. I use it every day. USB. Surprised how much work I get out of. And USB stuff has gotten so much cheaper than it did like about 10 years ago when it's just first a thing. Shit was so expensive. Not anymore, thanks to Amazon glutting the market. I like a good glutted market. If you hate Amazon, you're just not paying attention. Just ignore all this corporate stuff. Use it for what it does for you. Well, I'm going to get off the air because I tire myself. But thank you all for coming on. Ace, don't be a stranger. Ace Stacy, never be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Soupy, always good to see you, my man. And you all have a wonderful rest of the day and think good thoughts for our dear friend Aware, who is wonderful and has treated me with absolute respect, and she's neato. So, yeah. Thank you, AC. Yep, I intend on it. You guys cheered me up substantially. It worth a lot to me. So you all have a good day.